If you have sensitive skin or rosacea, you know winters can be super tough. So today I want to share skincare tips and products to help keep your sensitive skin healthy this season and help you achieve your skincare goals. Hi, my name is Dr. Jenny Liu. I'm a board-certified dermatologist and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you enjoy learning more about skincare tips for sensitive skin, rosacea-prone skin, then I would love it if you can give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So what is sensitive skin? Sensitive skin in general is defined by a heightened hypersensitivity to various stimuli, most commonly external stimuli, that then triggers your skin to react, often characterized by redness, dry flaky skin, rough feeling skin, but also the sensation of pain, burning, stinging, and discomfort. Sensitive skin is considered by many individuals as a skin type. Like individuals will have a baseline skin sensitivity all the time. For example, rosacea we think of is being characterized under the sensitive skin umbrella. However, sensitive skin can also be like a temporary process, almost like a symptom where individuals may experience intermittently, whether it's because of seasonal changes like dry and cold climate during the winter versus like overuse of skincare products that leads to damage of your skin barrier and thereby temporarily makes your skin more sensitive, more red, more irritated, and more inflamed with burning sensation and hard time tolerating skincare products. So why does sensitive skin occur? The answer is not straightforward, as with many things in dermatology, but we do know it's probably a combination of whether underlying kind of skin barrier defect, whether it's all the time versus temporarily, and then external triggers. So the biggest thing we see in sensitive skin is a disrupted skin barrier, and we can all have disrupted skin barrier regardless of our skin type. If you overuse products, you over-exfoliated, despite the fact that you may not have dry skin, your skin can be temporarily damaged and thereby less tolerant of skincare products and temporarily may have redness, burning, etc. But really, when we think about true sensitive skin that's not temporary but more of a skin type, we do know that in individuals, especially in those who have rosacea, there are a multitude of things that contribute to the condition of rosacea, including dry skin, compromised skin barrier at baseline, increased in transepidermal water loss. So when your skin is not able to hold in water, it loses water and is not able to do its job in keeping bad things out like irritants, pollution, microbes, etc. And so your skin is definitely going to be more at risk at getting irritation. And then there's also a heightened sensitivity, an actual neurovascular response that we see in individuals who have rosacea. Like their skin nerves are a little bit more hyperreactive compared to individuals that don't have rosacea, leading to kind of that flushing, the redness, along with burning sensation. On top of that, you add in environmental changes, stress, diet. All those things will play a role. We do know that, for example, winter with the cold, dry weather that just predisposes everyone to more dry skin, but the cold, brisk wind can often be a very common trigger for individuals with rosacea, making their skin more red, more dry, more irritated. And similarly, in the summer, heat and like, for example, spicy food, that can also cause one to flush more. And with flushing, especially in rosacea, that can increase the sensation of burning. So it's really the combination of our skin at baseline and the external factors that really determine kind of the degree of sensitivity as well as the frequency. Most people that have baseline sensitive skin, like that is their skin type, do know that they have sensitive skin because frequently throughout the year, more often than not, they will have that burning sensation, discomfort, dry, rough skin. Along with that, if you kind of fall into that rosacea spectrum, your cheeks may always look flushed and rosy. We actually call that a subtype of rosacea called erythrometaltelangiectatic. And that rosiness may flush with like certain triggers like cold, heat, spicy food, wine, alcohol, caffeine, etc. And so you often will know that you kind of have that sensitive skin because also through trial and error, you find that you may not be able to as readily use a lot of the common skincare products. And it could even just be simple moisturizers that would burn on your skin. And you often have a hard time tolerating skincare products. Now, whether your skin is sensitive temporarily because you just literally damage your skin barrier by using too many skincare products or using the wrong product, or have sensitive skin at baseline, I do think this video is going to be helpful for both. Now, this is definitely geared towards more individuals that have like sensitive skin, mild rosacea at baseline. If you don't normally have sensitive skin, but it's going through a sensitivity, you should just identify the underlying trigger by removing that and just simplifying your routine. Chances are your skin is going to just recover and then get back to what it normally is, and that sensitivity should stop. Now, whether it's temporary sensitivity or more chronic, this is your skin type, I think everyone can benefit from the following. First and foremost, if you do know particular ingredients and products that are triggers for your sensitivity, remove that out of your skincare routine. That's not to say you can't use them ever, but maybe think of alternatives. Two, in general, individuals with more sensitive skin tend to have dry skin and compromised skin barrier. So removing ingredients that could cause more dryness and irritation, including alcohol, essential oils, any synthetic fragrance. Looking for fragrance-free products are hypoallergenic are going to be more beneficial because fragrances are one of those things that could potentially be irritating. That's not to say if you have sensitive skin, you can't ever use any product with fragrance, but this is where patch testing can be super helpful. And that's my tip number 2 is if you have sensitive skin and have a hard time tolerating products, you want to first and foremost, when you start any new product, patch test that on your skin first for maybe like a week. Skin areas that are good for patch testing includes like behind the ears, maybe on your jawline, or even inner arm. So these are areas where like it tends to react, but if it does react, it's not going to react all over your face. So it's going to be less noticeable. And you want to give it some time to allow that product to really work with your skin before you determine whether it's a good fit or not. So applying it like you normally would to these areas for at least a week or two. And if you feel like overall things are not causing redness or irritation, then not a guarantee, but for the most part, it is definitely a cheap way of testing whether it's tolerable on your skin. If you have rosacea or even have like eczema and prone to allergic contact dermatitis, this is where undergoing professional patch testing by a dermatologist to determine which ingredients causes true contact dermatitis on your skin, and then coming up with a list of products afterwards that are safe to use is going to be the safest and most guaranteed way of avoiding those kind of eczema triggers and reactions on the face. And do not underestimate the essentials of skincare in keeping your skin healthy. What I mean by that, cleansing, moisturizing, and sunscreen. I would say the latter two are even more essential. Moisturizers are really the core product that you should always have in your routine that is non-negotiable in keeping your skin barrier healthy and supported. And similarly with sunscreen, because we do know that external stressors, in particular ultraviolet radiation and pollution, does contribute to that skin sensitivity. In fact, the ultraviolet radiation is what weakens blood vessels and causes the redness and the flushing to worsen over time, all the way to visible blood vessels called telangiectasias that I commonly would zap with laser because those are usually the most effective. And we commonly treat individuals with rosacea for that because that's one of the biggest concerns when it comes to sensitive skin and rosacea is the redness at baseline along with visible broken capillaries or veins on the face. So definitely make sure that you have those 3 core essentials. Now let's talk about skincare products, starting off with cleansing. Cleansing, I feel, is like one of those necessary evils in the sense we know cleansing in general, even with water, can disrupt your skin barrier. But it's one of those things we must do to keep our skin healthy, right? To remove all the dead skin buildup, sebum, makeup, so that way your skin can repair itself. And also the skincare products you put on will be able to work effectively. Regardless of what I recommend, even though the ones I recommend are definitely going to be better suited for those with sensitive skin, your skin is still unique. And if you can't tolerate it, doesn't matter how good it is or how many people recommend it. If you can't use it, then end of story, right? So cleansing, most people tend to do it twice a day The most important cleanse I would say is at the end of the day, usually at night, since most of us sleep at night, to remove everything so that way your skin can better repair itself overnight. So certainly if you are super duper sensitive, at the very least cleanse before you sleep. In the morning, you may just consider a splash of water, especially during this winter period when it's dry and cold. Water has been shown to disrupt the skin barrier, but certainly not as much as water and a cleanser. So if you're ultra sensitive, a splash of water is all you need, or in some ways a spritz of water, whatever you need to basically dampen your skin, because that dampened skin will allow you to better absorb the skincare products that you put on afterwards. But say if you want to cleanse twice a day, some of the gentle cleansers that I find to be gentle but also fairly decent at removing kind of the debris, sebum. And if you wear very little makeup, certainly if you don't wear a lot of water-resistant sunscreen or waterproof makeup, I find these to be sufficient at kind of thoroughly removing all that debris from your face. First of all, the Cetaphil Gentle Cleanser, there's different versions of it, but if you have super sensitive skin, the one that's creamy is great. It's got prebiotics, vitamin B5, along with other ingredients that is very gentle, hydrating at the same time, so that way your skin doesn't feel stripped after using. The other one I really like is from Vanicream, their facial cleanser that does lather quite a bit. And I actually really love that one for those with sensitive skin that do wear more products or makeup on their skin. I find that a foaming cleanser does do a better job at just removing with that lathering motion kind of the debris from their skin than a non-foaming one. And then lastly, consider like a cleansing oil or even like a cleansing balm. There are a lot of great ones out there on the market now that, even though we think of these being associated with double cleansing, but can be used alone. And many of those do rinse off fairly nicely with minimal residue that you can just basically use as your cleanser at night. So one from Inky List, their Oat Cleansing Balm, that's very nourishing, that is actually really good at removing water resistant like mascara from my face without leaving a lot of residue. The Kosei Speedy Cleansing Oil, I absolutely love that. And then a cleansing balm that I think is really nice is from Versed. That one does a really good job, but after you wash away, it does not leave like this shiny, oily film on your face. These products I find are very effective, but because they leave minimal residue, it really saves you the hassle of needing to do another cleanse with a water-based cleanser, thereby reducing kind of that dehydration and the damage to your skin barrier. Okay, moisturizers up next. This is the core non-negotiable step in your routine, especially when you have dry and sensitive skin. Even when your skin is damaged and you don't have sensitive skin, no serums is really going to help your skin recover. Serums, the fact that they're formulated in often a watery formula, by the definition of a serum, unless it's like an oily serum, it's going to contain water, and that will burn on your skin more often than not. And so when you have damaged skin barrier, skin that's red, inflamed, and burns, what you want to stay away from is really any other serums, repair products, but just look for a good moisturizer that are devoid of active ingredients, alcohol, fragrances. So I've actually broken them up into two categories, one for morning and one for evening use. That it's not a hard set rule, and certainly if you have a moisturizer that you love and it's been working well for you to use both morning and evening, by all means go for it. But these recommendations are mostly based on kind of feedback from my sensitive skin patients and me personally. Postpartum, I've struggled a ton with sensitive skin, and every winter living here in Minneapolis where it's brutally cold, I always struggle with skin sensitivity and dryness. Now, starting with moisturizers for the morning, in general, I recommend creams. One moisturizer starting off that I think is great to use is from Cetaphil, their Redness Relief Moisturizer. That again is very soothing, calming. It's a cream, but not super heavy, absorbs really quickly, layers nicely under sunscreen. It contains caffeine and licorice as well as allantoin that are great anti-inflammatory, soothing ingredients, and allantoin helps to repair the skin barrier. That one I personally love. I love it to use in the evening during the summertime when my skin is not behaving well, or in the morning in the wintertime because it is more supportive and that one has never burned out my skin despite how irritated my skin can get at times. So that is why I'm recommending this product here. Another product that from Korea that I really love and it's been very nice and elegant is from Pyeongkongyeon their moisture cream, which I think is one of their more popular products. And for a right reason. It's kind of this nice, lovely cream, very lightweight, but very supportive. It's got plant extracts that are intended to kind of calm and soothe sensitive skin, along with jojoba oil that acts as a great emollient to add nourishment. And for those looking for something a little extra with a little bit more support, but again, not super heavy, one that I have been using fairly frequently in the morning is from Paula's Choice, from their Calm line, their Rescue and Repair Moisturizer. It's a blend of sunflower seed oil, allantoin, prebiotics in this creamy texture that is just very hydrating, very supportive, but again, finishes very nicely, does not make your skin feel extra greasy or shiny. And if you have rosiness at baseline or have redness and you want to kind of offset some of that, consider incorporating for the morning like a neutralizing moisturizer, often in like a green tint that can help to offset the red. And what I recommend is because these are usually pretty richly pigmented and a little bit too like ashy or too much to use all over your face, you want to spot treat areas after your first layer of moisturizer. So apply your moisturizer of choice and then take this green tinted one and kind of just conceal areas that you need to. And for many of us, it could be often like around the nose, the chin, or the cheeks. Or one I really love is from La Roche-Posay, their Rosaliac line that actually comes in a green tinted moisturizer that contains glycerin, neurosensing, which is a calming peptide that's been shown to actually reduce irritation in rosacea prone skin, along with this green tint. And it's a very creamy moisturizer, but again, nourishing, hydrating, not heavy and thick. Now, for those who are looking for something additional, a little bit extra from their moisturizer, then 3 I recommend that offers some great, actually brightening, improving skin texture and skin tone, and some anti-aging benefits are the following. Number 1, from Burst, their Weekend Glow Brightening Moisturizer that contains a blend of liposoluble THC ascorbate along with cloudberry seed oil and other plant extracts in a very lightweight cream, but still very nourishing because it's got shea butter and other lipids. If like fine lines and wrinkles are your concern, then good old apricot collagen moisturizer is a lovely one. It's kind of got this whipped cream texture, but very elegant and lightweight, and contains a blend of amino acids, and it's vegan, cruelty-free, along with apricot-derived collagen. And collagen is really going to help to hydrate and plump your skin, but certainly the amino acids may help to repair the skin barrier, and it's just a lovely cream to use. And then lastly, from Cetaphil, their Healthy Radiance Renewing Cream that's got this souffle texture. It is creamy and rich, so depending on where you live in your skin type, I think it could even be great to use in the evening. But it contains 2% niacinamide, antioxidants, bakuchiol, great ingredients that helps to improve uneven skin texture and skin tone. One that I actually have been really obsessed with the past couple months is a Japanese brand. It's from Harolabo Premium Cream from the Gokonjong line, and it's the one in the yellow jar that actually comes in various different formulas. One is a gel cream that I think is lovely if you have like oily skin, but the premium cream is literally a cream that's very nourishing, very hydrating, very creamy, but super lightweight, and really have been my go-to recently to use in the morning. It contains shea butter, blends of hyaluronic acid, and I love that it's fragrance-free. All right, diving into moisturizers for the evening. These are basically ones that I think just are more rich in texture, better to support the skin barrier. Certainly can still be used in the morning, but for many, you may not enjoy that thicker texture. Starting off with, again, from Harolabo line. This is the one that is from their Gokonjong Aging line that is in the red jar. But this is the ultra rich, almost like a cream / balm that is super nourishing, but I love it in the winter for my ultra dry skin. Active ingredients, it contains a niacinamide as well as 3 different types of hyaluronic acid that's going to work together to plump the skin, improve uneven skin texture and skin tone. And again, it's fragrance free. If you haven't checked out Avent and if you have sensitive skin or even eczema prone skin, then you must try. Two moisturizers from Avent I recommend are number one from their Tolerance line that makes one for like reactive skin, which essentially is like irritated sensitive skin. And it comes in like, normal to dry skin and extra dry skin, which is ultra creamy, that I think is great to use in the evening. Now, if you're not familiar with Avent, it's a French brand and they definitely have products formulated for more sensitive and eczema prone skin. It's really, really cool with Avent, aside from their thermal spring water that has like healing benefits, and there's a lot of publications on that. But the way they package their product is in a sterile fashion where it dispenses the product, prevents air into getting into it. So basically, it's a sterile packaging technique that skips the use of preservatives, which for some individuals can be an issue, especially if you have like eczema prone skin or if you have allergies to preservatives. So highly recommend checking that Tolerance line out. And if you're looking for something a little more pricey that's splurge worthy, is from their Retinol line that contains ceramides and bakuchiol in this kind of balm-like moisturizer. Great if you have sensitive skin, struggling with fine lines or wrinkles. That one I think is really worth checking out. And then two more splurge-worthy product. Number one is from Skin Fix, their bestseller, the Triple Lipid Plus Barrier Cream. That is great. It's got a compilation of different lipid ceramides and their peptide that helps to soothe the skin, reduce skin irritation. It's just ultra creamy texture. And then for something to splurge over the holidays, this is by far the most expensive moisturizer that I'm recommending today. Is one of their newer launches from SkinCeuticals, and it's their AGE Advanced Moisturizing Cream. And it's a balm-like texture, ultra rich, very buttery, spreads really nicely, and literally I have been obsessed and been using this every night on my face and neck, and I think the science is super cool. This moisturizer took about 15 years to formulate and basically really targets what AGE stands for, Advanced Glycation End Product. So basically what is happening here with our skin, part of aging, internal as well as external processes like from the sun, it causes glycation of our elastin and collagen, making them less functional, more rigid, and that is kind of the byproduct of aging. And so this cream goes in and helps to kind of clear out the non-functional matrix, collagen, elastin, and also at the same time helps to stimulate new collagen and elastin from forming. So it has a blend of 10% Proxylane, which is one of their trademark ingredients, helping with the anti-glycation product, along with antioxidants, along with purple rice-derived extracts that's been shown to actually stimulate hyaluronic acid production. The science is amazing. The clinical studies have been really impressive. So this is one I think is great to splurge on if you are looking to buy something for yourself or for like a friend, for a mom, for the holidays. A great anti-aging product that literally you could just use as your one-stop shop, especially if you have sensitive skin. All right, lastly, sunscreen. You have to just find one that really works well for you. Like for example, Beauty of Joseon, their sunscreen is lovely, great, and not been irritating for my skin. It's fragrance free. Similarly, Haru, their like rice sunscreen that comes in a chemical as well as mineral formulation are both really elegant and lovely. One from Inky List I talked about in the past, their polyglutamic acid sunscreen, dense cream formula, but very hydrating. Has a slight mattifying to semi-dewy finish with chemical filters that have never really irritated my skin. But if you are looking for a mineral sunscreen that have some neutralizing benefits, I really recommend number one, Cetaphil. The redness relief moisturizer that I talked about earlier actually has an SPF 40 that has kind of this pink hue neutralizing tint that's mineral based, that also contains vitamin E that I think is just really lovely. I really love that line in general from Cetaphil. And then Dr. Jart, their Tiger Grass line that has green tinted moisturizer, one that even comes with an SPF. That one, I do find it to be too much to use alone as sunscreen, but great to layer and spot treat on top of your foundation of sunscreen to add additional like neutralizing benefits and effects where you need it. Consider if your skin is just really sensitive, doing the cleansing, applying a moisturizer, and consider slugging a few times a week in the winter with petrolatum. That really helps your skin recover, and something that I actually do on a regular basis, even before my skin becomes irritated, as almost like a preventative step to help my skin recover. So taking a break from actives doing the moisturizer and the petrolatum like once or twice a week and get on top of that so that way you reduce the risk of irritation and may also keep your skin barrier healthy, so that way it may allow you to be more tolerant and use some of the active ingredients more regularly. Let's say you have sensitive skin and you really want to incorporate active ingredients, whether that's helping to target acne, hyperpigmentation, fine lines, wrinkles. What can you do? Well, here I really, again, aside from like a trial error and testing out products in your skin, looking for the following ingredients. When it comes to vitamin C, I really love THT ascorbate formulas because they tend to be creamy, not often in an acidic, watery serum, better tolerated for those with sensitive skin. And THT ascorbate we know has great brightening benefits, antioxidant benefits, and can help to improve the appearance of uneven skin texture and skin tone. Affordable one is from Vanicream, and then one that I'm currently using is from Peter Thomas Roth. Their 20% THT ascorbate that's very creamy, almost like a light lotion. I absolutely love. And if you struggle with acne, you know I'm going to be recommending benzoyl peroxide cleansers. It's one of the effective way targeting acne while reducing irritation. And two products, again, I've talked about this before, but I'll share again here, that I think are really nice, especially if you have sensitive skin. It's from Cetaphil. Their gentle clear line that contains 2.6% micronized benzoyl peroxide is like a cream that is in a cleanser. They apply on your skin, leave it on for a few minutes, and then rinse off. And then obviously the next one is from CeraVe, their acne foaming cleanser that is the 4% benzoyl peroxide that is also very creamy, very nice to use. And then you kind of use it, start off a few times a week, and then gradually build up tolerance to ideally once daily if needed to help target acne. And then for spot treatment, I do recommend staying away from sulfur and or benzoyl peroxide spot treatment. Those could be irritating, not a guarantee, but certainly again, you have to like test out for your skin. Salicylic acid, I actually think here is a great alternative. And if you can get your hands on prescription azelaic acid, like 15%, that would be even better for like inflammatory acne. But as far as like over-the-counter products, two that I think are very gentle that I think can be used to spot treat areas. Number one, from Paula's Choice. Again, their Calm line that contains 1% salicylic acid that I think is great to kind of target the T-zone area if you do have pore congestion and acne. As well as, again, from Cetaphil, that acne gel that contains 2% salicylic acid. It is of a higher concentration, but overall, I do find that product itself to be fairly gentle and less irritating. And for prescription retinoids, adapalene is the way to go. It's effective and the most gentle of all prescription retinoids that we know is going to help target acne. If hydration and anti-aging is your concern, then I think about incorporating a serum with ingredients that kind of basically target both. And there are a lot of products out there now that will do that. For example, the Cosrx Snail Mucin is a great humectant. It's very hydrating, but also contains ingredients like the Snail Mucin that has like bioactive that may help to improve the appearance of fine lines, help repair your skin barrier, at the same time improve uneven skin texture and skin tone. And similarly, the Cosrx Peptide Booster is actually one of my current favorites right now. It's very lightweight, even more watery than the Snail Mucin. So if you don't like the stickiness, highly recommend checking this one out, and has a blend of peptides, which is one of my personal favorite anti-aging alternatives to retinoids, especially for those who can't use it, can't tolerate it, that will help to target fine lines and wrinkles and may help to support collagen production. But if you are actually looking for two serums, the three that I recommend of various different price points are: number one, a Korean brand called Mary and May. They have a peptide booster that contains a blend of different peptides, including copper, that has wound healing, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant benefits. That is a great lightweight hydrating serum that's not sticky. Another one I love is from Medic 8, their peptide booster that contains the famous peptide matrixol that has really the most number of studies demonstrating its efficacy in stimulating collagen and improving fine lines and wrinkles. And again, that is a watery serum, lightweight, that is fragrance free. Lastly, one I really recommend for those that are looking for more like brightening benefits, maybe helping to refine uneven skin texture and skin tone, is from Vichy, their Mineral 89 prebiotic. I really love this one because it contains 4% niacinamide that has great benefits towards uneven skin texture, skin tone. Contains Vichy's volcanic water along with prebiotic extract that's going to help strengthen your skin barrier. So this is a great one. So what can you do for exfoliants? Here, I recommend going with ideally polyhydroxy acid would be my personal choice, and then lactic acid. You probably want to stay away from glycolic acid unless it's formulated in a way where you've tested it and you're able to tolerate it really well. Lactic and polyhydroxy acids are going to be more gentle, cause less irritation, but still really good at hydrating your skin and over time improving uneven skin tone and dullness. A few products that come to mind right now is from Drunk Elephant, Proteiny Peptide Surfacing Serum that contains 10% lactic acid with a blend of peptides, and this kind of watery, oily serum that is very nourishing but not sticky or heavy that I personally love to use in my routine during the winter a few times a week, and replacing that with my retinoid. Another one I really like is more affordable from Inky, their PHA toner that again, you can kind of apply with a cotton pad or kind of just pour on your skin and then like pat all over your skin a few times a week. And polyhydroxy acid, depending on where you live and depending on your skin type, is super gentle. It's even a great humectant and antioxidant. It could be something that you could incorporate into your skincare routine on a more regular basis. So, we say in general, you don't want to exfoliate like every day. Maybe a few times a week is enough, especially if you're using something like glycolic or lactic acid. Another one I think is really great is from Olay, their newer launch called the Magic Serum that literally contains a blend of peptides, lactic acid, niacinamide, vitamin C derivative, and hyaluronic acid, I believe. But it's got 5 hero ingredients into one. Literally, it's a multitasker. You can use it every single day as part of your anti-aging routine as tolerated, or alternate with a topical retinoid at night a few times a week as kind of that chemical exfoliant plus more. And then one last product is from Neostrata, the serum that I recommend that contains 10% polyhydroxy acid that is very lovely, great for sensitive skin. It's hypoallergenic. Over time, can improve dullness, uneven skin texture, skin tone. Now, briefly, retinoids. That is something that if you want to incorporate your routine, I think it's totally doable. A lot of people have this misconception that if you have sensitive skin, I can't use retinoids or even tretinoin. I think it totally depends on you, how sensitive your skin is and whether you're able to work your way up. But I definitely have individuals, patients with rosacea that uses tretinoin on a regular basis. Here with the winter with sensitive skin, I recommend going with a retinol and moisturizer in one because it tends to be more gentle compared to a retinol serum that can, depending on the formula, be a little more higher concentration and thereby more irritation. So moisturizers with retinol, there are so many on the market. One that I really recommend if you have dry and sensitive skin is actually from Neutrogena compared to the Olay because the Neutrogena one is more nourishing. It's got hyaluronic acid. I personally love that. Could be your one-stop shop, but certainly you can layer on additional moisturizer. Similarly, Neutrogena, if you want to step up the game, also has a retinol oil that's 0.3% concentration. I also love oils for the winter in the sense you can layer that on top of your moisturizer because oils are able to penetrate moisturizers. And so you can literally use that as your last step of the skincare routine. And because you're layering an oil on top of your moisturizer, it's going to indirectly reduce the irritation. Other products that I recommend if you have sensitive skin looking for good retinol is from CosRX. Their retinol serum that's 0.1%, that's very creamy, also contains vitamin E that I really love. Lastly, for more pricier options, I really love retinaldehyde from Medic 8. Retinaldehyde is just as effective and similar kind of irritancy as retinol. In office cosmetics procedures in the winter is definitely not a no-go, but speak with your provider, talk about what options are available to you. Depending on your needs, there's certainly really nice gentle chemical peels that can give you an instant glow, or even facials that you can do. It just all again depends on your skin and what your needs are. And so speak to your dermatologist or your provider to figure out what best cosmetic treatments are suitable for you during the winter time. So that is it for product rundown and recommendations. Now also keep in mind that your diet, lifestyle habits can also play a role. So if you do have sensitive skin, especially flaring with the cold and brisk winds, and you know that there are other triggers like spicy food, caffeine, chocolate, try to maybe minimize that and take everything in with moderation. You do have to enjoy your life, but if you do notice that those things, especially if you have rosacea, make your skin flush more. You want to kind of essentially cut back a little bit of that, because repeated flushing can make the redness become more permanent. And lastly, think about maybe adding a humidifier into your bedroom or a central humidifier into your house to add more moisture into your air to reduce that dryness of your skin. Making sure you're eating healthy, getting adequate sleep, and exercising. Just keeping your body healthy this winter can certainly indirectly impact your skin as well. All right, guys, lots of recommendations. I hope you found this video helpful, because many of you did request this topic. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried any of these products and or what has worked well for you. Again, if you want more videos and topics geared towards sensitive skin, also let me know in comments below and I will add that to my list. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.